What's up, people? Welcome to Boost Up with Dr. Wambui Gishigi, the only show that helps you boost up in all kind of businesses. Guess what, guys? Today we have such a beautiful woman who is into the makeup industry, and she's going to tell us how she started her business, how is it going, and her beautiful journey in this beautiful makeup studio. And so, without talking too much, here she is, and she's going to introduce herself. Hi.
Hi.
Tuambie unaitwaje?
Okay, my name is Veronica Njeri Njoroge, but I go by the name Makeup by V. V with a double E.
Okay.
Yeah. So, naitwa hivyo.
Tuambie your journey, how did you begin, your life story?
For makeup, I began in 2017. So it's almost now 5 years in. And it was because I was tired of 8 to 5. I think I've said this a lot. Yani, I was just so tired of just working for someone else. It's not necessarily the working part. It's just that I think I'm called for more.
Okay.
And I have always wanted to do biashara from way back. I had started some when I was still in 8 to 5, but you know, things happen, and can come to then they fail your business, and how no excuse. So I really wanted something that I could do for myself. And so that's where the love for makeup was born. Yeah, in 2017.
So was this what you went to school for, or?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Like I keep telling people, I never even knew that there was something called makeup, you know, professionally. All I knew, it's the lipstick and the blush, the weird blush, the photos zenye mostly tulikuwa tunaona tukigrow up. So I never thought that it could be a career or something that you can make money out of. So for me, it was more, I went to MKU and did business management. So I've done business, so which helped me as well to run my own business. But makeup now, it was when I was tired of 8 to 5, I started just checking YouTube, and I saw people do vlog. Me, I didn't even know about vlogging. Me, I knew YouTube near music, by the way, 2017.
I think most of us knew it was NDYI.
Now I saw this lady who was doing makeup, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. And so my love grew from there, and now I started doing a lot of research. And then I started just learning via YouTube. A friend of mine called Jemo Makeup, he also took me through the product, because me, I was so confused. I was like, how do I use 100+ products on one face? Like, does it even make sense?
Talk about the brushes.
You know.
Like 50 of them.
Yeah, so he took me through the product, and then I started just learning on YouTube, doing a lot of practice on my sisters. Thank God I'm blessed with so many sisters. So it was easy.
They were the dummy.
Yeah. Do you want to be my dummy? You can come over. Yeah, so again, I imported products because I didn't even know that I can get authentic products in Kenya back then. But right now, I think there are quite several people bringing authentic. But yeah, so that's where I started, and here I am, 5 years, almost 5 years, 4 years in. Acha tuzite for.
So tell us how you started. Is it from savings? Now that you're into 8 to 5 job, was it from savings or car loan, or where did the capital come from?
So like it was more because I was earning. So I decided I needed a plan, because for me, I keep telling people, don't just quit. Don't just quit. Have a plan. Have a backup plan. Jua, niki quit, then what? So for me, I just didn't start makeup and left 8 to 5. So I started it as a side hustle. So every time I would get my salary, I knew this cut ni ya kubuy products. And with like 50K, you are able to start. With like 50K, you're able to start, because building a makeup kit, even with like 30 and above, because nowadays there are so many brands, the affordable brands like Illegal, which we have also stocked here at the studio. So now it's no longer as expensive, and it's no longer for certain people who can, because now I don't have to import right now. I just import for selling. But if I need any product, it's available within locally, you see. So, but back then I had to import, because I didn't know where to get. And also Jemo, the guy who now took me through the product knowledge, he also used to import. So he connected me to the guy who was importing for him. And so I started. So I started, I think, with 20K. I imported a few products. Then every month I would import more. I remember now when I started, it was more of practicing on myself. So I made sure I had shades within my range and my sisters. And then I kept on building my kit. And so by December, I had everything that I needed. I actually remember, not even December, I think July, end of August. I think August 2017 was the first time I had a wedding. And so for a wedding, I had 8 people. Actually, 8. And so I was like, God. And I remember my back hurting the whole time. My husband was just like, oh, baby, don't worry. Maybe you just need to figure out how best other people work. Because I didn't know, like, you need, because now when I go to a bride, I make sure I have so many pillows so that you're on my level, so that I'm not bending. That day I was bending, literally bending. And so I started with the wedding. And so I kept on having more bookings and more bookings. So now I was sure, like, now I can quit comfortably and I'll still so even after I started officially, I took like 6 months before quitting as well.
So that means you did not like open a shop immediately.
No.
You're just doing online and
I have been a freelance for 3 years.
Wow.
I only opened the Glam Hub in 2020 during COVID.
In this house?
Where we are right now. Where we are, So before then, since 2017, I was just a freelancer. So I come to the client because affording again a place in town, it's not as easy, and you want somewhere central where anyone can come in. You see, so it wasn't easy, and I didn't have that capital. But even for makeup, it's good because even without a space, you can just start. You just need a kit. You can move around with it because it's not so heavy. And nowadays there are so many sizes of kits. You see, so it's a business that almost anyone can manage to start.
And it's also not limited to women. I can see even men are.
Men are coming up. Because it's I view makeup as artistic. It's just like any other career. It shouldn't be limited. It shouldn't be limited to just female. I think anyone can create a career out of it.
And I can see that you started during this COVID time, and it is when people are told you can work at home. No wedding, more than I don't know how many people. So people are not doing weddings. And how did you manage that?
It was tough. I think 2020 was the toughest year for me business-wise, and more so by the fact that I was just doing makeup. Now it was my full-time thingy. But good thing, for me, I always plan ahead. Like, I already know there are so many things I want to achieve through this business. It's just that I don't have the finances yet. But I always know what I want in 5 years. Where do I want to be? Where do I want my business to be? So before COVID happened, I always wanted to have a studio. Like, I always wanted to have a studio because I also do makeup training. So I offer makeup classes. So I needed somewhere that I can have like a master class. I can have a one-on-one makeup session with a student. And they're comfortable and I'm comfortable teaching. But that was very tricky because not everyone who wants to see you at their home. Not everyone is comfortable with having a stranger.
Especially the COVID
time. And so when COVID hit now, it was a lot for me because even the weddings I had been booked, now they were cancelled till further notice. Because I remember especially the first time, it was lockdown, like total lockdown. No bookings, no nothing, zero. And so, for me, I think I never really play victim. I really try not to because mi naonanga tu life haiku owe anything. Yani hata ujui kesho itakuwa wapi. So for me, I think I really adjust quickly to frustrations and disappointments, or it can either be good or bad. So I really adjust quickly. So when now that happened, I was from actually a mentorship from British Council. They had offered a mentorship for creatives in Kenya, both designers, makeup artists. So it was a 3-day. And in that 3-day, I remember we could go and do the elevator pitch every single morning of where do you want to see your business in the next 5 years. And so I already knew where I want to be. And I also met so many amazing creatives back then. And so when COVID hit, it was frustrating, but I also had to adjust and know what next. So I tried just booking whoever would allow me to go to their place, I would go. I also did more of the trainings then, because now also everyone was going through this. So someone wants to know what is the side hustle that I can pick up,
true.
because everyone was by there. It
looking
got
for it.
everyone, you
Yes,
see.
yeah.
So now, at least that time, I trained some of my students back then are actually very amazing makeup artists now. So that was now an opening of like, now I need space, because now I cannot just depend on weddings and makeup application. So this was another thing that was born because COVID happened. And so around August, that's when I decided, like, let me open. It wasn't easy. And then back then I started as a partnership, which we're no longer partners with my partner, because she started on another career as well, so she couldn't be here most of the time, but she still does makeup as well. She's a makeup artist. So that time we met and we're like, let's do this thing. We didn't have money, so mostly I actually copied from friends here and there.
Thank God for friends.
Thank God for friends, because they really came through for me. And so I knew, like, for me nilikuwa tu, I don't know, sometimes I'm a faith woman. I really believe in God, and I believe if I take that step of faith, He's gonna bless. So I was opening a business on loan from friends, but I didn't know how I'm gonna pay them,
which is very tricky.
But
it might fall. Where do you begin from then? You have to pay the loan.
I know, but for some reason I was just like, it's gonna work. It's just gonna work. It's gonna work. And then my husband happens to be also in the creative industry. He does emceeing. He's an actor as well. So also his industry was totally affected. So I was feeling one of us has to do something. And that person has to be me, because now him as an MC, atafungua shop ya MCing. Doesn't make sense. So at least he was supporting me as well. So I knew together we will be able to pay back the friends. And so we opened and we launched August 10th, 2020. August 10th, and so it's been now a year almost and a half, and so far, like, it's been the best decision, I think, and the best risk I ever took in my life, in my entire life. I was able to pay back. My friends, they came for the launch. It was just an amazing time. It was just an amazing time, and even throughout, like, sijairudi kwa mfuko kulipa rent ya hapa ever since day one. And do you know, opening rent za town na uitishangwa 3 months deposit, do what? But also God favored us so much that time, because even the landlord agreed we can pay maybe 1 month rent, 1 month deposit, and then clear the other deposits as the months went. Then my dad, because he's a contractor, he's the one who did the partitioning and the shelving and everything else here. So, like, me, I think that was actually proof that God was with us and it wasn't gonna fail.
That is very true. And let's say cumulatively to open like such a place without the products, so they can see you have so many products right now. How much do you think it might cost someone, like the shelving and the rent and stuff? So
for rent, I think it depends with the shop. Because again, tawi inakwanga sijui how much per square feet, so ina depend na hiyo, so I cannot talk really much about rent, because pia najua kama stalls they're very expensive, sijui from 45k zenye ziko huku kwa mabiashara zenye zinaitangwa prime ama zinaitangwa nini, so I think, but if someone hataki kuanza very large and it's something like this, mtu ajipange na ka 300k. It's manageable because you can start, and then because, like, for us, we started without products, and now even I just imported most of the things this year now. You see, and that's a whole year after. So most of the products that I was selling last year, I had sourced them locally. But now the business is able now to import its own products. So maybe from if hataki a lot of madoido, even from 150k,
you can.
Without now maybe haeki class, maybe anataka tu a place tu ya kufanya makeup, so someone can. I think it just depends with where the shop is.
Let's talk about competition. I mean, your industry is very competitive. Talk about Akina Foina.
I know.
Karari, so Karori,
Dennis Karori.
Karori, yes,
yeah.
Dennis, yes. It's very competitive. How have you been managing with that?
For me, one, I keep saying competition is good, especially if it's just healthy. Si ile ati mko social media mnaambiana, no, just sticking to your lane. So for me, I really don't see the competition as a bad thing. I see it as healthy because one, it makes you work harder. It helps me even with my marketing. You're always on your toes. Like, what can I do better? What can I add more even to what I'm already doing? And so one thing I'll say, for me, even with my students, I tell them, your work is to focus on bettering yourself and your skill. Like, learn makeup adukwe, and you're the best. And ukipaka hivi makeup una feel manze, I have done my best. Because Kenya tunasemanga kuna watu 40 million. So I'm sure makeup artists hata tujafika 1 million. It's just that social media nowadays it highlights. Utaenda unione, utaona mwingine, na hata most probably hata ukigugu makeup artist maybe hawatafika hata 1000.
Hata msidhani umefika.
But we have 40 million people to cater for. So for me, I think it's just like getting your own clientele. Just know who are your clients, who are you looking forward to working with, and then just focus on marketing your product or your services to that category of clients. And then from there, ukipata client, most probably, like if I do a bride, like you found me doing a trial for a bride. So this bride was referred by another bride I did their wedding. Nice. So I don't know her, but it's referrals, you see. So competition is not bad. I think it's just finding your footing and just finding your people and just working and giving the best for them. Yeah.
I think that is super amazing.
Yeah.
Whether in makeup or whatever else you're doing, just giving the best you can.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, I know you're a mom.
Yes.
And a wife.
And a wife.
How are you managing business and being a wife and a mom at the same time?
I've been asked this question.
Being an entrepreneur and being a family woman. I think it's not easy.
It's not easy. I wouldn't say it's easy. But first and foremost, I feel like God gave me a really supportive husband. And that really plays a long part, especially for the child. Because if you're not there and your husband is not there, then that child will be lacking. But I thank God also he works from home most of the time. So he's able to just help me around whenever I'm not there. And also he understands. Sometimes I have to wake up 4 a.m. and go to the bride's place. He understands. Sometimes I'll have an evening client and I have to go home late. But also I think me personally as V, what I have done, I take a day off every week. Like yesterday I didn't come in town. So I purposely spend that time with them and just be home and just catch up and all that. Also for like our relationship as husband and wife, I think we try and do date nights, which also comes in handy. And also anyway, just involved, and we allow our son as well. He's now turning 6 next week, by the way. So we allow him to just understand, like, mommy has to work. This is the work. He knows the work I do. He asks me, mommy, do you have clients? So with that, I feel like he feels involved and he's part of it. And now he understands if mommy has to work, it's not like she doesn't want to stay with me. Yeah.
Let's talk about clients. What is the worst experience you have had with clients, and the best also? Also, it's not the first time I'm being asked that question, and I keep telling people, for me, nasi kujifanya, I haven't had really bad experience with clients. And it's not because there are no bad clients, but I feel it's how you present yourself. And like, yes, utapata mtu already, ata before mwanze, they're already like complaining, I hope you have my shade, which for me, I think I understand. It's okay for you to be concerned. At the end of the day, one, it's your money. Second, it's your face. So for me, I never take it as offensive. So for me, I take my time to explain to you and get you to be confident of me doing makeup on you. So with that, even when mtu amekuja ako already, so I sit them down, I ask, what is it that you're looking for?
for your makeup, because some people want extreme, some want subtle. Yani kila mtu akona preference yake, you see. So for me, I don't guess that, oh, she just wants this, so I just do. No, I communicate with the client, and I think it's about communication actually. For both good and bad clients, it's how you communicate, it's how your first impression.
Okay.
So if someone comes and they're already playing difficult, and you also play difficult, then it end vizuri, you see. So I think with clientele, it's just, I have learned to just humble myself, and also communicate to the client, understand what is it that they are looking for, and then try and give them exactly that. So for me, I've actually had so many good clients. I have gone to weddings in Mombasa, and those people treat you like your family, and I think also I'm lovable, just to say. I have had bad experiences with weddings, because again, you're dealing with so many people, and
at the same time.
Yeah. So for me, for weddings, I don't deal with bridesmaids, I deal with the bride. If you're booking for your makeup, you book via bride. I sign a contract with the bride. So hakuna part tutaikuja tulizane, because contract inasema hivi. Because pia I've gone to a wedding. Actually, I think my worst wedding, I went to Mombasa, all the way to Mombasa. I had already signed the contract with the bride.
Okay.
Then the maids, I think they had an issue with the bride. Last minute, they decided they want to do their makeup. But you see, me have already come. So the contract inani protecting it. So the bride just had to pay, and then she looked for some of her like sister-in-law, Ivo, nikawafanyia to cater for the maids. You see, yes, I know for her it was bad. For me, I can't say it affected me in any way. You see, yeah. So I think it's also for makeup artists, they should get contracts even before anything. Just sign contracts. It doesn't hurt. Especially for weddings, so that you avoid frustration. Ama last day mtu anaseme hataki makeup, you know that this is my amount that we signed the contract about, so by the end of the gig I'm expecting this much.
That's why I didn't I didn't even know there was contract for makeup artists.
No, you have to. Because for me now, I remember when I started back in 2017, I had seen a post on Facebook of a person who had, a makeup artist who had moved from Nairobi all the way, I think, to LD. And then the maids wakakata kumlipa, and they were wiping off everything and saying how bad she did the makeup. And for me, I was just like, my God, me can deal. Yeah, you see. So my husband now helped me. Okay, I also happen to have a few lawyer friends. So they just advised me, it's good to have a contract, it protects you, you see. So now from the word go, even from my first wedding, I already had the bride sign the contract. So even now when such a scenario happened, like it didn't affect me as a makeup artist.
And you said you did business management.
Yeah.
Tell us, young entrepreneurs, how to manage your money, especially when your business is very young. Because I feel like businesses fall because you're not able to manage the little money you get here and there. Tell us, how do you deal with that? So
I feel like for money matters, because trust you me, it's not easy running a business. Remember, your business umefungua, you're still trying to get clientele, rent is due. By the way, I've never seen how fast a month goes till I started my own business. Like Jana even, like I just paid rent, and then Jana naambua, the guy ameleta the receipt na sasa the invoice here next. And I'm just like, when did you know? I just feel like months are too short. Yeah, so I think for me, when it comes to management, it's know your priority. Like unajua rent ni due, ni must ulipe rent. So prioritize that. So whatever, for me, I prefer the till and like someone sending me money. So all my clients, they pay via till. Then from till, I transfer to bank. So in the bank, najua, like this is how much I have. Because again, when you have the money on the phone, it's so easy. Cash. It's so easy to spend it. So for me, I think that one of the best money control way that can help a business person. And then now prioritize, like, yes, you want so much for your business, and also your life is not stopping just because you started a business.
Bills, other bills.
Yeah, but now it's putting what is the most important. So always know that this month, yes, maybe some months you will hit your target, some months you won't. So also, the good months, save up for the months that might be low when it comes to business. And also, if you're a beginner, unlike me, I know I started on loan, so I'm starting on a negative. But if it's possible, maybe have some funds for like that can cater your just the the business things like rent and everything for like a few months, like 6 months. Tunaambiangwa biashara ipe 6 months ndio uone like if it will pick. So maybe have some finances to finance your business for the next 6 months when you just open. But for me, I think it's about priority and also growth. Prioritize growth, because like always think how more can I make money. So if I'm already doing makeup, because some months people won't come for makeup. Come at December, maybe end towards Christmas, hata we ume travel. So that means you will either close the business, go home, blah blah blah. So what will be selling then? So for me, like makeup, right now we offer makeup application, we offer makeup classes, we offer products. You see, and then sometimes we rent out space to other makeup artists if uko na client na hauna space town. You see, so those are so many ways that I'm generating income. So if today this doesn't work, this works. And also we do nails, by the way. Yeah, we also offer nails. Yeah, please. Yeah, so I'm constantly thinking of how more can I add towards what I already have to generate more income.
Anything you want to tell young people, especially in Kenya? A lot of people are struggling right now. Anything encouraging you want to tell young people or young entrepreneurs?
So for young people, young entrepreneurs, for me, I keep saying entrepreneurship is hard. It's not easy. And I don't think it's just entrepreneurship. It's everything. Life in general. If you're 8 to 5 or whatever, like life is challenging. Let me put it that way. Life is challenging. So just be willing to put in the work. It's okay to start. It's okay to dream first and foremost. Dream as big as, like hata zile vitu unaonanga ai manze hiyo ni kujienjoy. Dream, because I believe your dream ndio God aiweke hapo, kuna possibility that it will come to happen. And I keep saying our work is to dream, our work is to trust. But how God does it, that is his business, and we shouldn't be like, oh God, I want to know, because we will never know. We will never know tomorrow, you see. So for me, I think it's keep hope alive, dream as much as possible, but be willing to put in the work. Because even remember, Bible inasema, God ata bless the works of our hands. And when God asks you, what do you have in your hands that I can bless?
True.
Always have something. Always have something. So yes, it's not easy, but I believe everyone can start from somewhere. If maybe you're willing to learn, you can look for an internship. Like, there are so many makeup studios nowadays, so you can look for internship, maybe start there and then learn makeup, and then from there start your own kit and start booking your own clientele. But I feel like in any field, in any entrepreneurship journey, everyone has to put in the work. But when God decides it's your time to bless the works of your hands, I think that time sasa ni yenye tu hatujuangi ni when. And kuna mtu anaweza sasa leo na by next week ama next month asha make it hadi uko like, what am I doing wrong? Nini. Yeah, but I think for me, I've really learned patience. And as long as I'm doing the best I can, then I'm usually like, God, I don't know why the delay is happening, but I'm trusting you. So I think also trusting God really helps, because sometimes life happens and it's out of our control. Like, there's nothing much we can do. But I believe everyone can always find something to do. Everyone. Hakuna mtu aliumbwa tu akaange tu ama akwe tu frustrated na life. So I think it's change your mindset and then just focus and find something that you can do and just go for it. Be willing to put in work and be patient till you make it.
So as we part, tell us about your YouTube, where we can find you. But she has a YouTube and you should follow her on Instagram and subscribe to her channel. She's going to tell you her name on YouTube and IG. So for YouTube, V in progress, because I'm always progressing. I believe everyone is work in progress. So when I thought of that, I was like, wow, V in progress. So V with a double E in progress. It's my YouTube channel. You guys subscribe. Okay, I haven't been active, but next week content is coming. And also, like, okay, let me just diverse kidogo. We will start so many things. Like for me, any idea that comes, I go for it. And so sometimes I find like I'm doing so much. Some parts are lacking. But I also feel like for YouTube, you can just start and post whenever you can. Because eventually it will generate income for you. And it can also be a side hustle. So for the young people, in case I forgot, kama huna kitu ya kufanya,
fungua YouTube channel.
I know.
Tupe
YouTube, you can post
content.
anything, anytime, and at the time then you find your own niche. You find what your subscribers are more interested, or your viewers what they are more interested with. Then you fall into that.
Yeah, so follow me on YouTube, on Instagram. Our studio, it's the with THEE, the Glam Hub. So we sell products, we offer makeup classes, we do nails, all those things. My personal page, it's VArtistry_ on Instagram, Makeup by VArtistry on Facebook. So you can check me out, check out my work, and just book your next makeup session with me. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vivi, for having us.
I can feel it. You can go cloud 9, and my host is like, why can't you calm down? Aki, but even ndivyo nakuanga watu mnielewe. Ndio niliumbwa.
I mean, can you see how she's so willing to talk to people? It would be so hard not to relate to you. That's why she doesn't have a bad experience with clients.
Okay,
yeah, it's so easy to relate to you.
Thank
you so much for having us and for this interview. I mean, I have learned so much. I didn't even know I will come out with so much here, but anyway, thank you so much, and for encouraging young people, because that is what we are here for. I feel like us as young people, especially in Kenya, you don't want to tell people what you're doing or where you began, because you feel like people are going to steal whatever you're doing or steal your clients. But as you said, we 40 million, over 40 million
and
people.
There's no new idea under the sun.
Yeah.
No new idea.
True.
For makeup.
Exactly.
Uwezi anda studio useme, oh, this is my original idea. Hakuna original idea. Whatever you're thinking of doing now, someone else has tried already.
Yeah.
So it's not your idea. And for me, I'm more of, okay, how I believe your life, my life is not for us.
Exactly.
Otherwise ningekuwa place locked and just doing life by myself. So I feel like it's also part of the legacy that we leave behind. It's because people will just remember how we alini encourage, how we talk to me, how we came through for me at a certain point. Yeah. So for me, especially when it comes to what I do, I don't mind sharing. I even help people. Like I would even train you for free. Okay, like if really need be, you know, because I just feel like we are here for a reason in a short time, and I think you best live in your purpose when you're serving other people and sharing with other people. Yeah.
Agreed. And so guys, thank you so much for staying all through. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, to comment, to like, tell us what you want to see more, and I mean, we are here for you. Goodbye.
Bye
Bye guys.